This is Newcap News with Nerman Esau.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us. Fresh fruits and vegetables, we know we're supposed to include them in our diet, but how many actually do? And if so, what are the best options out there?
The Lloydminster Outdoor Farmers Market is a staple in the border city on Saturdays. People from in and around the region can get their hands on some of the freshest ingredients here, including vegetables from the Ripstone colony. Barbara Hoffer has been selling vegetables from her colony for 20 years now. She believes her vegetables are better than what you would get at the big chain grocery stores.
Well, they're fresh. They know that they're fresh out of the ground. It's not sprayed or anything.
It's that same sentiment shared by Dan Miller and his wife. They're from southern Alberta but stopped to check out the farmers market.
I think like everyone, if it's available, you want to go check it out and get the fresh vegetables, especially with some of our local colonies and stuff. You know they're going to be probably no insecticides or that sort of thing, so you want to check it out and try and get fresh when you can for sure.
But what if you're not able to make it out or are unfamiliar with what to buy? That's where the Midwest Food Resources comes into play. The local company provides fresh fruits and veggies every month. It's as simple as giving them a call and ordering from them.
Some people are afraid to spend a whole lot of money on something new and unfamiliar. And this way, when we do include a new fruit or vegetable, we include recipes on how to make it.
Every month, the company takes orders for veggie and fruit boxes. They always include a product or two that was locally grown. This month, it's potatoes and carrots.
We encourage everyone to eat healthy, and by coming and ordering with us, we can buy in bulk so everybody gets a little bit more value for their money.
With all these choices here in the border city, getting a fresh, healthy meal on the dinner table is much easier.
For more information on the Midwest Food Resources Program, you can call 306-825-2606. The Lloydminster Farmers Market runs until the last Saturday in August. Well, it's been a little longer than anticipated, but the tennis courts at Bud Miller will soon reopen to the public. The resurfacing work that began 10 days ago, fix roots breaking through the surface, ran into a few delays due to our recent weather.
We encountered many rainstorms which caused the work to stop. It's a process where you really do need warm weather, and the rain does impede it.
But with the new surface now installed, the courts have been curing for the weekend and will be open to the public tomorrow morning.
I just think folks are going to see a noticeable improvement to the surface, and I think it's going to improve everyone's game.
Court resurfacing is done approximately every 5 years. Big Brothers Big Sisters of Canada is celebrating their 100th anniversary next year, and here in Lloydminster they have a huge birthday bash in the works.
We would like to find all of our past bigs and littles and families and volunteers to invite them to our birthday party. So if you're out there, just give us a call and we'll make sure you get an invitation.
To get in contact with the local Big Brothers Big Sisters chapter, you can call 306-825-5757 or visit their website. Moses Boldu joining me here on the desk, and we are talking about roller derby. We were actually talking about this before. I don't know if you guys remember or not the roller games. They had Scary Sherry, Skinny Minnie. I asked the people here, and they're all...
I can't. I'm
they're all too young to remember that. I don't know if you guys do, but...
You're not that far off from me in age. Maybe that just says a lot about me. But yes, we're actually going to be talking about the sport of roller derby that's done really well. It is a sport that's seen a resurgence in the last decade, with teams and leagues popping up in and around the Lakeland. Now, the sport of roller derby has taken hold in the border city.
I was really excited. The girl that got me involved, there was only originally 5 of us, and it's been only 2 months, and I think we're up to 21, 22 players, so the popularity has been huge.
When Shailene Otis first heard about the Angels of Assault roller derby team in Lloydminster, she didn't hesitate to put on the roller skates.
I grew up in the era where roller skating and roller derby were huge, so I was really excited to see something like this come a part of my life again.
Shailene is among the over 20 players who have taken an interest in the sport, and that's just the beginning. Already the team has appointed a head coach.
The girls are happy with it, because they all get to skate instead of having to take time off to try and run the practices themselves, and I am finding things that they didn't know, so I'm able to help then. And the thing is just blowing up, there's Facebook page now and Twitter pages and over 20, almost 25 girls, and we're starting to get a coaching staff, and people are coming to us looking to sponsor us, volunteer with us, and all these things because they know this is going to be huge in Lloydminster when it gets started.
And to continue that momentum, the next step is to get the players certified.
We need to be benchmarked, and to be benchmarked, then we can start participating in camps and things like that. And then hopefully by next year we'll be a full-fledged team, and we can actually start playing in bouts, and that's actually the ultimate goal.
We are probably going to be looking at 2 to 3 teams within a year or 2 at the most. We're going to be able to run our own league out of Lloydminster at some point. That's how many girls are interested, and it just keeps growing.
As for Shailene, she's received plenty of support and criticism in her household.
My husband's very supportive. He thinks it's awesome, so it's great. My kids think I'm crazy, but it's all good.
And good luck to those angels of assault. Very scary. I wouldn't want to join them. I'd probably get hurt. Meanwhile, the Lakeland Rustlers wrapped up training camp today. For the past 2 days, the newer Rustlers go through all the offensive and defensive plays to get a grasp heading into the regular season. And so far, head coach Chris King sees some great things from the new faces.
Jess Nouse, our little guard, she's going to be a great help for Amy in the backcourt. She can shoot it, she can handle it. It'll give Amy Warburg some breaks, which she didn't have last year when we lost our backup to injury. So that's going to help us. Kelsey Cooper, coming from BC, has post-secondary experience. She can shoot it, she can drive, she can defend bigger girls. So I thought those two looked good, and actually I was very impressed with Kelsey Sinnett. Looked really good defending, very smart, made some good cuts. So the little things is what I'm looking for right now.
For the new recruits, it's a weekend's an eye-opener, learning all the plays in just a short time.
It's kind of hard learning them right away and then trying to execute them, but I thought we did pretty well with that, and we just got to practice it a little more before the season starts. I just learned them all today, so this morning is the first time I got introduced to them, so it's nice being able to play in a game with it.
Now moving on to the CPCA, and what a weekend of races in Meadow Lake for the Canada Cup. On Friday, BJ Carey posted the second fastest time, which vaulted him on top of the Pro Tour standings, a half a point over Vern Nolan. Then last night, Nolan switched his outfit and came out on top, breaking the track record that was set by Jamie Laboucaine the night before. This afternoon's events, though, were canceled due to the rain last night, so the aggregate standings look like this. Vern Nolan topping it with a 2:05.32, taking it up and regaining that lead in the tour standings. You have Ross Knight finishing second with Lane Bremner in third. Jamie Laboucaine drops to fourth, and BJ Carey rounds out the top 5. Now moving on to the Alberta Football League. In the quarterfinals, the Central Alberta Buccaneers took on the Grand Prairie Drillers, and the Drillers would win this one 44-34 and advancing to the semifinals on August 11th. The Edmonton Stallions took on the Calgary Gators, and like I said last night, the Gators looked like they were going to win this one, and they did, 31-17. So looking at the next board, games coming up in the semifinals, the Calgary Gators will face the Lloydminster Vandals on August 11th. Of course, the Gators meeting with the Vandals in Calgary. The Vandals winning that one handily in Calgary. That one, again, August 11th here at Armstrong Field. Grand Prairie Drillers will now face the Calgary Wolfpack, who finished second in the standings. Moving on to Reapers Rugby, the Lloydminster Reapers were playing the Saskatchewan Wild Oats' second team last night. And of course, this one, the Reapers were down one man and didn't help. 52-34, tough break for the Lloydminster Reapers. They'll kind of regroup for next week there, and that is your look at sports. Stay tuned for more news and weather after the break.